of you for this. I'm doing this by myself, and I'm not having anybody helping me. So anyway, let me get going. Thanks all of you for joining. I appreciate it. Going to give you a lot of information tonight, especially about my rig and what's going on with that. Before we get started, I wanted to say thanks to all of you that's been leaving a lot of comments, because I'm going to address some of those tonight, as well as some of the things that are happening behind the scenes. So first off, you need everybody's help. I'm only 500 subscribers away from hitting 10,000 subscribers to the channel. Yeah, I know that's probably not a big deal to a lot of you, but it is for us YouTubers. That's kind of a milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and become a subscriber. Secondly, I was hoping to announce today a big surprise, but due to weather and some other logistical things, I'm unable to announce it today. So it's coming soon, but I'm going to be doing something and revealing something to you guys that I'll be working on for the next few weeks. And I think you're all going to appreciate it and enjoy it. But let's just dive right into my RV and everything that's going on. And I want to clarify a few things. First off, by the way, on the comment section there, go ahead and ask questions as we move forward. I'll be happy to answer as many questions as I can tonight. But my RV, obviously, it was tearing itself apart. It was had a broken weld up on the kingpin, and as I described in the videos, you guys all know that. But and it kind of just pulled itself apart. Some of the things that I did not share in the video that I wanted to share here is, in addition to itself pulling apart, I discovered a lot more things that I couldn't really announce in the video because I didn't have facts on it. So I'm just going to share with you my point of view on things that happened and things to me that were a little bit, how you say, shady in the RV world when it comes to the construction of the rigs and the construction of the RVs, or of the frames. I did share a lot of that in the last few videos of quality construction and things like that. But I want to clarify something. Lippert makes the frames for a lot of these companies. And I went on tour for Grand Design, Alliance, Brinkley, Forest River, one other, and I can't remember what the other one was. Anyway, and I went on all these tours, and all of these companies use a Lippert frame. So Lippert makes this main frame, the rails that go this way, the main I-beam frame. And if it's a drop frame like I've got, they add that part too, and they build the initial part that goes over the tongue, which is basically the deck, is what it's kind of referred to in the industry on a fifth wheel. So now how the construction goes on that upper deck and how they reinforce it, that is 100% up to the manufacturer's requirements. And that changes based on the floor plan of the unit. So what essentially happens is Lippert will design the frame. They have a standard I-beam that they use, even if it's a drop frame, the standard one there. The cross members throughout the rig, where they might put water tanks and things like that, and where there's space and all that kind of stuff, that's dictated by the manufacturer, whether it be Grand Design, Alliance, Brinkley, whoever. In addition to that, the deck, how that's reinforced and what type of material is used, is controlled by the manufacturer as well. So with Lippert, there are a couple options here. To attach to the frame that they basically make in their jig, the primary jig, and there's a couple jigs based on how wide the RV is and things like that. Excuse me, and how long. So what you have there is the manufacturer saying, okay, instead of doing a however many 30 seconds thick the steel is, let's do a little thinner steel. And instead of making an I-beam or a box beam, and if you guys don't know, a box beam is something that connects, like a 2x4 beam will connect, or there's a C frame, or in some cases even just an L frame. So they dictate what's going to be put there based on how they're going to build it. But to save cost, many of them don't use the box frame, which is the strongest way of doing things. And if they do a box frame, sometimes they go with thinner material to save cost and sometimes to save weight. So they balance that. And I am not saying here that the manufacturers are intentionally designing them poorly. Well, I shouldn't say poorly. They're intentionally designing them to fail. However, they intentionally do design them to save cost and in most cases get by, just so it'll go down the road a little bit. And then there's a couple manufacturers out there that absolutely build it strong. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I just want you guys to know there is a big difference there. I didn't want to get into that because in the video that I shared with you all, because there are still a few things that are going on and behind the scenes. And those things, I need to be a little careful on those videos. But you know what? Afterwards, I decided to go live here and tell you guys the truth of what I've discovered. Again, this is what I discovered from asking questions, probing, and having people just tell me what they see and what they feel and what happens. So I'm going to take an example now. For example, Grand Design, they take the frame on my 370/60H here and design it a certain way. They decide what material is used and what size material is used. My cross members are not the standard 2x6 cross members. They're basically 2x2 cross member, with the exception of in the front of the frame and in the back of the frame. They'll use a 2x6. But everywhere else, they just use either a 2x2 or in some cases, they use what is a wire frame gusset. It's basically angle iron on the top, and then it's just connected with triangles of wires that are welded on there, and that's kind of their brace. It's kind of the cheapest way and the least strength. I'm putting that in there, and I wish I had a picture of it to show it to you here. I'm sorry I don't. And then the triangle pieces are on this outside of the frame that holds the walls up on the side of the RV. Those are on slide outs. They reinforce it into like a Z frame that makes it a little stronger, but on the rest of the frame, it is just a single piece of metal, steel metal with a little L at the top of it that welds and bolts up. It's very, very weak. And when I say weak, and it's a thinner metal, not the best design. While you're told by the salespeople that these are 4-season RVs and they can be used full-time all the time, they're not really built for full-time use. I can attest to that from my experience and many other full-timers that I've talked to that have fifth wheels of other brands. Admittedly, it seems to be right now anyway, Grand Design having the biggest problem, and the most common videos you see out there are Grand Design issues. I will tell you it does happen with all the other manufacturers, with the exception of one so far. And I'm going to brag on to Brinkley a little bit because I spent a lot of time with them and I spent a lot of time really looking at their frame because they claim to do something different than everybody else. And I said, okay, I got to dive in and find this out. On the front of the Brinkley frame, they don't use a 2x6. They use a 6x6 box frame. And they actually, with wedges, mount the kingpin right to that. And then they have cross members going across there that are not just 1x2s, but 2x6 cross frames that are going back the horizontal way, giving it added strength. So it is, I want to say, almost 5 to 8 times stronger than what I have on my Grand Design for that upper deck. Now, the vertical parts of that deck that come down, they're also about 10 times stronger in that aspect because of the size of the material they use to connect that. And then when Brinkley gets the rig in their shop, they do two things. First of all, they bring the frames into the shop, whatever time of year it is, to get the metal acclimated to 78 degrees in which they keep the shop at all year long. And then let's sit there for a day or two or whatever, how long it takes to get it acclimated. Then they put it on the rotator, and then they go ahead and weld additional reinforcements on there for the suspension and things like that based on what type of suspension they're putting on it. So without diving into deep detail, because I've got a video out there you probably all saw, Brinkley was the only manufacturer out there that I found of all the ones that I toured up there, including Alliance and all of them, that puts that type of effort in building a strong frame. Oh, and by the way, they always order the thicker material. So their frames are truly designed very strong. They use the Z brackets for the walls, which is the strongest way you can do that. And they actually have a channel going down the side of the frame that's all the way along, in addition to those braces, to hold the wall. So it's very, very, very strong. And I can't say enough about Brinkley because of that. Okay, getting off of that. One of the other questions I was asked is, was this covered under insurance, or did Grand Design cover it? Well, all the repairs, Grand Design covered their costs of the repairs under warranty. Even though my rig is out of warranty per se, but the frame, I guess, has got a 3-year warranty. So it's under warranty for that. So they did do all of that work. My insurance picked up my hotel stay for the month and some of my food and other living expenses I needed for the month that I was up there. So that's kind of what took care of that. So a lot of people ask me, did the insurance do it, or Grand Design pay for everything? Now, Grand Design did pay for the fuel for me to go up there and come back to Florida. So they did take care of all of that. Grand Design, I got to say, all the people, even though this is a nightmare of an issue, they were all very, very, very kind, very gracious, very supportive, very helpful, and good people. I can't say anything negative about that, with the exception of one, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So the people are fantastic. Now, I will tell you, when my rig was in the shop at Grand Design, I was told, come by anytime and check out the progress and things like that. So I actually showed up twice unannounced to come see the progress. Both times I was turned away, said, oh, you can't because they're welding and we're not allowed to let you go back there while they're welding, or something was going on in the rig next door to mine and I couldn't go back there because of that. So I was a little bothered by that. I went to go visit them 4 times total. Twice I was turned down. Twice I was allowed to go in. And the time I was allowed to go in, I called ahead. And I see a couple people have joined. Hey, chasing the sunshine. Hey, guys, how you guys doing? Can't wait to see you guys, hopefully this winter in Florida. At any rate, they were all very, very good, but I couldn't get in there. Now, the welds. A lot of you had asked questions about the welds that you saw in the pictures that I showed. And I agree with you. The welds were, quite frankly, pretty shitty. And I'm not an expert welder, but I do know how to weld. And I know the weld has got to penetrate both sides or both pieces of the metal you're welding to. And they were pretty crappy. So Alan, the service manager, shop manager, assured me he had them grind those down and redo those welds. I couldn't inspect that because they wouldn't let me in. When I came back a couple days later, actually 5 days later, I think it was, to just inspect to see if they are doing what they said they would do. And they wouldn't let me in. So I couldn't see and double check, but next time I was in there and I talked to Alan, he assured me, yep, they were all redone. All the welds were redone. And I kept asking them to take pictures, and they said, yeah, they would, but they never did. So I don't know for 100% certainty that they did fix up those welds. I guess I'll know soon enough if I'm running down the road and it breaks. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've got another little surprise for you guys on that. So the welding, like I said, was kind of half-assed. There's a few that were okay, but most of it was kind of shitty and needed to be redone. Now, the end of my visit there, after they had put everything back together, when I came back the 4th time, this time I called again and announced I was coming up. All the welds were all covered up. The insulation was back in there. The skin was back in there. And the only thing that was not on is the front cover and the front cap. I was told that, well, the front cap was in the body shop because when they took it off, they broke it. So the body shop had to refix it and paint it and all that kind of stuff. But I couldn't see the welds. They were all covered up. But again, Alan assured me that they were all redone and looking very, very good. then they said, well, you can come pick it up on Friday. And I said, okay, great. So you guys saw that video when I went to go pick it up. And I took it back to the Grand Design campground and plugged it in, and everything was a mess electrically wise. And you guys saw that video that they completely destroyed everything electrical in my RV. My only thing that was working, didn't get destroyed, was my refrigerator and my microwave. And so something else. Oh, and 3 of the televisions, but the televisions are all on surge protectors, so those were fine. Everything else in my rig, everything electric, whether it's 120 volts or 12 volts, was all destroyed. Had to all be redone. So I've been here in Florida ever since this was all done, kind of in my home base here, getting everything fixed and repairing everything. Some of it myself, some of it having to get repaired by some experts that can help me out. That helped me out. And so that's been taking me a couple of months, and as you can imagine, lots and lots and lots of money. Now, Grand Design has stepped up and has reimbursed me for pretty much all of that. So I can't say anything bad about it. But when I first had the issue and I called my service person, she gave me a little bit of attitude, says, well, we don't work on that kind of stuff. It's not a factory install. So we're not responsible for your batteries. We're not responsible for some of the things that I said wasn't working. And most importantly, they weren't responsible for the washer and dryer. And well, I said, I didn't say you were responsible for it, but something happened. So she gave me attitude, and then she ignored me for 3 days. I finally had to write a letter to them back, outlining everything that happened. And I copied and put a little personal note in there to a senior executive within Grand Design whom I'm friends with. Within an hour, I got a phone call from somebody else saying, hey, we're sorry. We're going to look into this. We're going to take care of everything. And Mel is his name. He's been fantastic and helping me get through all of this and reimbursing me on all the things I've had to do. I will tell you, it was tens of thousands of dollars of damage that had to be repaired. Now, let me do a shout out to Battleborn. Battleborn was fantastic in that I called them and told them what happened, because I said I'm having problems. I don't know if my what's the word I'm looking for? My inverters and all that was blown up, or if the batteries are blown up. The Victron stuff, I don't know. But it's behaving like everything's fried. The power transfer switch, everything. She says, wow, they were very sympathetic, and they said, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and get to an authorized dealer for Battleborn and have them take a look at it. So I found one near me in Sanford, and I showed you guys their unplugged RV, I forget the name, forgive me. It's in the video. But they looked at it and they says, yeah, your inverters are okay, but a couple fuses of things were blown. That was easy fixed. Everything seemed to check out, but the batteries weren't holding a charge. They couldn't take a load. So Battleborn stepped up and they said, we're going to go ahead and replace all of your batteries under warranty. We just had to take them out, send them to Battleborn, have Battleborn verify they were all shot, and they would send me all brand new batteries. And as you can know, it as $800 to $1,000 a piece. That was thousands and thousands of dollars. So huge relief, not only off my mind, but saved Grand Design a whole lot of money. So Battleborn, my hat's off to you. You guys did a great job. In fact, I raised a beer to you. By the way, if you guys have a beer or a drink, and I know some of you guys do drink, toast to you. Another toast to you guys. Okay. Now, that was the electrical issues and Battleborn standing up. And getting through all of this stuff. Last Tuesday, I think it was. No, the Tuesday before. I'm sorry. The Tuesday before, I finally got everything fixed. And I'm running down the road and everything is great. And on Wednesday, the next day, was outside hanging out, having a few cocktails, chatting with a good friend. And a gust of wind comes up and our awning was out. I'm like, oh, better get the awnings in. So I was rolling in the awnings, and during I'm rolling it in, another big gust comes in. And guess what happened? It bent the main arm of my awning. So now my awning's broke. I had to drill out the rivets to get the bent arm off there and let the awning close and collapse all the way. And I've got that tie wrapped down, and I've ordered new replacement pieces to get the awning fixed. So I'm like, God, I had this thing fixed for one day. One day there was no issues. Everything was fine. And now that happened. And then 5 days after that, another big thing happened. You guys may notice it behind me. The slide out behind me failed. At Grand Design, after they fixed everything, told me you should never have a slide out issue again. Because my slides, as you all know, were breaking all the time because my frame was broke. Well, the slide failed. It won't go out. It is jammed. It's cockeyed. It's everything else. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I thought, well, maybe I'm on level ground and it's just not level. So I pulled out the old handy dandy level. I'm like, no, it's level. Everything's level. So I redid it and to see if I can get it open. Nope, won't move. So I leave that. I'm now living in my living room without a slide out working. So I can really only use half of it. So I go to the next RV campground where I'm at right now. Actually, that was today. I moved here. And for those of you that know, I am at testing. Now do you hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? Testing. It says it's working. Oh, okay. You hear me now. Thanks, RV Dog. Okay. Don't know where I stopped. If you could give me a little hint to where the audio went out, where I left off, so I can just continue. Yeah, you guys say you can hear me now. Well, basically, I discovered that there's something going on in the frame of my rig again, because the slide out won't slide out, and I heard a lot of popping and cracking and crunching noises coming from the deck of my RV as I was driving down the road, only 22 miles from Clearbrook Encore Park to Thousand Trails, Orlando. So, and that's where I'm at right now. And to top it all off, I not only have that, but we got here and plugged in to the pedestal, have power at the pedestal, but it no longer has power into the RV. So I was running everything on my batteries, and then all of a sudden the batteries were getting low and had to turn on my generator. So I think my power transfer switch, something failed on that. And now I'm running on a generator, sitting at TTO because I can't get power from the pedestal. So I apologize, the sound went out. I'm not quite sure what happened to this microphone. But that's what's going on right now. Can you guys still hear me? Just confirm that. Hello, anybody hear me? Oh yeah, okay, you can hear me. Yes, it keeps coming. So now my power transfer switch appears to be not working. My slide's jammed, it won't go out. And I think I have a broken frame again. I've called, when the slide out didn't go out last week, or yeah, when I first got there, I did call out, or email, I shouldn't say call, emailed Grand Design and told them what was going on, and crickets, didn't hear anything back. I'm sure they're up there going, you got to be kidding me. So I don't know. What are you going to do? You just got to roll with this. I will tell you that once I get this fixed and working and perfectly running down the road again, including the awning that went, this rig is for sale. Any buyers? So, any questions so far? There seems to be a delay when you guys are typing, so I apologize for that. All right, so again, I'm waiting for a response from Grand Design on what to do next. But obviously, this has got to get repaired again. One of the things while I'm waiting to see if you guys got a couple questions. Thanks, Chuck. If you've got any questions, just want to bring you up to your attention, guys. Merch. In fact, I'm going to show you. Share screen. Let's see if I can do this. You go to my site and go to the merch page. You see we have a lot of new merch there. So I invite all of you to go to mybucketlistday.com. Click on the little merch button at the top there, and you'll see all my new t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right now. It's my bucket list day, or my bucket list. Buy a bucket, fill the bucket with beer, drink the bucket, take the nap. That's my bucket list. So anyway, I encourage you all to go there, help support me, and help me recover all my losses with all the damage to my rig. But you can go right to the page and pick out your favorite shirt. Comes in all sorts of colors, sizes. Got some wine tumblers, got some water bottles, coffee mugs, stickers, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. Okay, one question that I've got. Hey, Mark, I see you joined us. If Grand Design sold trailers and took trade-ins, they wouldn't take yours even after it's fixed. You told everything was fine. Yeah, you're probably right. Grand Design probably doesn't want this one back. That's been an issue. So, and yes, I raise a drink to you as well. So let me go back to my list of things to cover. And now, one of the things I wanted to fill you guys in with is what that surprise is I was going to tell you about. I came across an opportunity. It's an RV opportunity, and this RV became available for sale. And I went and looked at it, and I've got to tell you, it's in rough shape, but the price was right, so I made an offer, and I'm going to be picking that up supposedly tomorrow. But I'm waiting to hear back on something. A guy's something with the title was an issue, so he's got to work through that. But I'll be picking that up, and I'll be filming not only the pickup, but I'll be showing you everything about that RV and the current condition that it's in. And I'm going to make a project, and you're going to follow me as I continue to work through and redo the entire rig. And I should say restore it, not restore, really clean it up. There's a couple little things that need fixing. But again, the price was right. I'm going to go ahead and fix it. And then we're going to do something fun with it. And that's going to be a surprise, what we're going to be doing with it. But I can tell you it is a fifth wheel. It is a well sought after floor plan. I will give you a hint. It's a bunkhouse type of thing. So it's well sought out, especially for those who have families. It's not a toy hauler. So look forward to that. That's coming soon. I'll be filming all of that. In addition to that, there's a couple other things that came with the sale that are going to be fun to do something with. And we're not sure what the condition is or what it's going to take to repair them, if they can be repaired. If not, we just might have a little fun with those things. I can't tell you what they are yet, but for those of you that might be avid shooters like I am, there could be some fun in store. And I'll just leave it at that. Let's see. Let me answer a couple of the questions. Mark, yes, a new project. Yes. I will tell you, I do have plans to get another rig, replace this rig. It's not the one I'm buying and going to be working on here. But I think you all, in fact, who can guess what rig I'm going to be getting next? Does anybody have an idea? Put your comments right there. And Deb and Joel, yep. In fact, when you guys get down here in Florida, I'm going to invite you over to come check out what we're doing. In fact, any of you that want to come see it live and in person, let me know when you're here in Florida. I will say this project's going to be done in Palm Bay, Florida. That's where I have a spot to do all the repairs. And no, RV Dog, it is not a Grand Design. I'm not going to tell you what model it is yet. You'll see when I reveal it. And Scott, you are correct. It does start with a B. And yeah, I think you guys all know where I'm going. My next rig, my plan is my next rig will be a Brinkley. And it's a Brinkley you guys haven't seen yet, or a floor plan it's similar to what you've seen, but it's going to be the G4000 toy hauler, but there's going to be a few changes in the one I'm getting. Let's hope if everything goes well. Deb, you're not coming to Florida this season. That's too bad. Well, I'm sure we'll cross paths again. And so anyway, I've got another surprise for you guys. I have a special guest and a visitor tonight that came to hang out with me for a day or two. So in a minute, are you ready? Come on in. You guys may recognize this person. pull that around so you can sit in it. Oops, sorry.
My foot's stuck. Okay.
All right, everybody, say hello. Do you remember who this is? For those of you that's followed the channel a little bit.
What is it? What?
Let's see. Anybody know?
No. Did they say no?
Let's see.
Chuck.
Chuck, a 1940s covered wagon. That would actually be fun to work on.
Fun.
RV Dog says hello.
Holy cow!
Mark.
Hi, Deb.
I don't know if Deb is there, but
Holy cow! I'm not a cow.
and Joe's wearing her fun shirt. You got to sit up so they can see it.
Current mood.
It's her current mood. She's happy. Sometimes she goes like that.
Okay, so most of you know I'm usually like this, but because of the video or the live, Mark,
Deb says hello.
tell Deb I miss her, please.
So, for those of you that don't know, Joanne and I were together for a while, and she traveled with me for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
I would say maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe has been very busy taking care of her brother, who was very ill for a while, and
Taking
now
care of
she's taking
myself.
care of herself, and also most recently taking care of her son. So she's been very busy doing all those things, and she had a couple of days to hang out with me, and she's here to visit.
Getting away. Yeah.
So I said, "Well, I'm doing a live. Maybe you want to make a cameo."
I was gonna do drive-by, but yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi.
So anyway, any other questions about the rig or about the future here? Oh, and I will tell you, yes, I will be. There's a lot of questions about that on Facebook.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm glad to say hello too. Thank you.
I will be at the RV show in Tampa this year. And
Look at me.
got a lot of, yes.
He will be.
Yeah. I got a lot of surprises working on that one as well. In fact, you guys might see me with a different branded shirt other than or in addition to my bucket list day.
It'll be Happy Mood shirt. No,
No,
it won't.
no.
I'm going to say shh. Already.
But that's a surprise, and hopefully I can get everything working out. So you'll see me with another brand on my shirt.
I'm going to move the electrical over to
All this Battleborn stuff to the new rig?
Hmm.
Well, no, I'm actually going to sell this rig with everything on board. So yes, I've got 20,000 plus in Victron and Battleborn
and then
panels. I got 2,000 watts on the roof. And, basically, all the upgrades I put on this,
Gonna stay, right?
it's going to stay on there. So we've got lots of upgrades on here. Too many to list.
Yeah.
Too many to list.
And if you think about really what you did when you first started, with all the hoses and just all of it.
Yeah, everything is going to stay on it.
Yeah.
When we sell the rig. And yes, the rig will be fixed before we sell it. But it's time for me to move on.
With lots of crazy glue.
Yeah, that's how we're going to glue and tape.
Glue and tape. You're not fine with my tape.
That's an inside joke for those of you that followed our channel when Joe was with me.
Yeah.
Mark may remember that one.
You said they're going to be in Tampa.
Tampa. I said we want to go there.
Are you going to make it?
No, they're
Hopefully.
not sure.
Can we have a party?
When your grand design is gone?
Oh, heck yes.
I think
I'm inviting everybody.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
going to invite everybody.
We're not only going to have a party when grand design is gone, but we're going to be having a party with Brinkley.
Yeah, for the new.
It's going to be kind of a big kickoff party. I let the cat out of the bag.
What?
You guys weren't supposed to hear that.
What?
What we might be doing here.
Tell me.
The Brinkley party.
You already told them.
I knew I shouldn't have.
But you did 3 times.
Oops.
Grief.
Anyway, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up here pretty quick. I didn't want to do an hour because it's football night and a good game is about to come on.
I
And I
wanna-
scheduled this in between the afternoon game and the evening game. Because, yes, I know most of you hate football. We love football.
Love it. Yep.
So,
Go G-Men.
yeah, my Packers sucked last
My
Thursday.
Giants suck even more.
Chuck is going to bring the whiskey. All right, Chuck. By the way, how many of you will be in Florida at the Tampa RV show? That's online here.
1, 2, 3.
I hope to see you all there. In fact, if you are coming, hit me up on my email, on my bucketlistday@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you a couple things.
Blasphemy, Chuck. Cowboy.
Shame on you.
You say stuff like that.
Anyway, send me an email, mybucketlistday@gmail.com, and I've got a couple things that I can send you prior to the RV show.
Me.
It's going to be hard to stuff in an
Trying to
envelope.
ship me out one way or another. For once and for all. One way.
Okay, so anything else? Anything you want to add?
No, I just wanted to say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, Miss Joe.
It's JoJo.
Miss Joe. Yep. I'm good.
She's taking a breather from being a caretaker.
Yeah. I'm working hard. A lot.
Yeah, she's
Taking care
working
of
hard.
myself. Yeah. Mm.
Yep. In fact, there's a couple of new things coming up for you that maybe we will do as a surprise later
We
on.
will. We'll do. Yeah. I think some really neat things. If you'd like
Maybe
to.
record it.
Let's do that.
Give people
Share some
updates.
fun stuff.
Okay, now the last thing I want to talk about, because the people have asked this, or a lot of you have asked this. My channel is called My Bucket List Day, but we're doing everything but that these days. Yes, and unfortunately, because of all the errors and problems and breakdowns and everything else going on with my rig, I've been stranded. I can't do anything. So this season is pretty much, travel season is pretty much shot. As you all know, I spend the winters in Florida. And here we're in October already.
We can't even, can't believe it.
We were going to take off and go
North.
a month and a half north a little bit and do something. But as you see, all this just broke in the last week and a half.
We got north from
So I'm
Tampa to
stuck here again, waiting for service, waiting for parts.
Waiting
in
for
fact-
slides.
Yeah, I've got to wait for Grand Design to get back with me now because of this slide back here has failed. Anyway, so that's it. Hey, Alan from Ontario, Canada.
Elaine. It's Elaine.
Elaine, I'm sorry.
I was already saying hi to everybody while you were talking.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's
Yeah,
waving back. I
Yeah,
see.
hi, everybody. Thank you. Hi. You talk away.
Anyway, I guess that's it. If you don't have anything else,
Yeah.
anybody else have a question that they have for myself or JoJo? I'll wait a few seconds, a few moments, I should say.
4.
If not, I guess we'll wrap it up
Yeah.
and get ready for the next game here in 30 minutes.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. You have to bring the pre-party. What do they call it?
Preload.
I don't know. I'm so old. I don't know what it's called anymore. Pre-something.
Yeah.
Drink?
You've been doing that all day. Okay, half the day. She has been.
No. Just a little bit.
All right, guys. I guess that's it. Safe travels, Deb and Joel. Yeah, safe travels to you guys too.
Yeah.
I haven't done a live in a while, so I'm way overdue on that. But we will get.
Get room for someone to park alongside.
Yes,
Alongside.
yes, I will do that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, and remember, I'm this close to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're not already a subscriber, it costs you nothing. Hit that subscribe button. And with that, I guess we'll say goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Gracie. George Burns throwback.